What a week, man. I went 9-7 yet again, which could be worse. But for my standards, it's very, very frustrating to go 9-7 again. I believe this is my second week in a row with this record, which is unacceptable. We were doing so well, a 2-week streak of phenomenal picks, and now we're kind of in a slump. It's okay though, we're gonna get out of it. 9-7 last week. That brings me to 109-71 on the year. I'll take it. It's not where I want to be, but I'll take it. My problem is that I picked too many underdogs, and as the season is comes to an end, defenses are going to get better. You got injuries plaguing teams. The bad teams are officially taken at this point. Like the ones that have no chance of making the playoffs, like they're done. They're losing the rest of their games. That's Rams, Texans. Like they're not going to be competitive. So I picked 6 underdogs last week, and I went 3-3, which could be worse. Look, my situation is always like, hey, it could be worse. But you know me, I only strive for the best, for greatness. Anyway, I'm gonna try to pick less underdogs moving forward. But yeah, let's get into my Week 13 picks. Thursday Night Football, you get the Bills visiting the Patriots in New England. I feel like this might be a trap game. I don't want to pick the Patriots because, like I just said, I'm trying to stay away from underdogs. I have the Bills winning this game, but as always, I think the Patriots are going to keep it really close. The spread is +5. That's too many points for the Bills, so I have the Patriots covering the spread, but the Bills winning the game outright. Commanders at Giants. Boy, the Commanders, what a surprise. What a surprise. Can you say you expected this? I believe they're on a 3-game winning streak. Heineke is out there slinging that ball. Defense is great. Chase Young is coming back. Brian Robertson. Scary Terry. Curtis Samuel. It's gotta end at one point, though. Like, at some point, they have to lose a game, right? The question is it going to be against the Giants, who are also kind of sliding? Now, the Giants had a really good start to the season. The last 3 weeks, so they've been stumbling. They've kind of been getting exposed. Like, we all knew Daniel Jones wasn't it, and at some point, that was going to be obvious. This is a tough one, but, you know, I have to stick with the Commanders. I think they keep it rolling here. You know, I like everything about the Commanders better except running back. Heineke over Jones. Rivera. I don't know, Dable is a good coach. Anyway, I have the Commanders winning. There's going to be a nasty divisional game, but I got the Commanders. Jets at Vikings. Oh, man. Look, listen, this week has a lot of great games, and Jets and Vikings is one of those great games. Jets are on the up and up. Zach Wilson out the window. Get him out of here. Mike White, their savior. Who would have known? Man, they looked like a dare I say a Super Bowl contending team last week. Phenomenal defense. That was already known, right? But you bring in a quarterback that's not afraid to throw the ball and that can make 5-yard completions. Oh, that's dangerous. They got weapons too. Garrett Wilson, don't want to mess with him. I have the Jets upsetting the Vikings. I don't know who the Vikings are, and to be honest, ever since, when they beat the Bills, I was convinced, like, okay, they're for real. But then they got blown out. They didn't just lose. They got embarrassed by the Cowboys at home. The Cowboys are good, but they got no business blowing out the Vikings at home by 40 points. That's just a complete meltdown. And then they barely beat the Patriots. You let that Patriots offense keep up with you? Mac Jones? Well, who do they have? Nelson Aguilar? Bro, no, they're too iffy for me, man. They're too iffy. I'm not convinced anymore. I think the Jets are hungry. They want to prove themselves. They want to get away from all that bad mojo with Zach Wilson. I got the Jets winning this game. Jags at Lions. This is a toss-up. It really is. And the spread is +1 for the or -1 for the Lions. And I'm assuming that's only because the Lions are at home. This is a really tough one, though. I have to go with the Jaguars, though, because ultimately, with these kind of games, it comes down to which quarterback do you trust more, which coaching do you trust, and for both of those answers, I got to take Lawrence over Goff and Peterson over Campbell. I mean, I expect the Lions to score a lot of points, but at the end of the day, they're going to mess up. They're going to screw something up, and the Jags are going to take advantage of that. So give me the Jags. Which, technically, that's a underdog, so that's my second underdog. But +1, I don't know. Titans at Eagles. I really want to take the Titans here for one reason. One word. Vrabel. My God. Isn't he such a great coach? I mean, when you have injuries all over the board, no offensive weapons except Henry. We know Henry's great. Tannehill is the declining quarterback, and yet you're still winning games. I mean, you almost beat the Chiefs with Malik Willis, a guy who's at least a couple years out from being a legitimate starter, or at least a backup in the NFL. Bro, like, in the second half of the Chiefs, they did not pick one first down, and they forced that game into overtime. Like, Mike Vrabel, he can coach, bro. He's a coach. But the Eagles, man, they're just like once they get started and they're on fire and they're hot, they can't be stopped. I don't know. It's gonna be tough though, because this is a tough game. I was gonna pick Titans at first, but like I said, I'm trying to pick more favorites, so let me get the Eagles. I just don't feel good when I pick the Eagles though. It's just like give me the Eagles, whatever. Browns at Texans. Deshaun Watson makes his return to Houston. Now this has trap written all over it. This is the exact NFL narrative that people fall into. Deshaun Watson, last time we saw him play, top 5 quarterback. On the Browns, who have a decent roster, gonna go against go up against the Texans, who are pretty much trash at this point. However, didn't we see this? Didn't we already see this in the beginning of the year when the Broncos and Wilson went up to Seattle? Wilson to play his former team in Seattle, right? And they lost. Now, at that point, we didn't know that the Broncos were actually a garbage team. Different situation, but the same exact narrative. I want to pick the Texans for my upset of the week, and screw it, I'm gonna pick the Texans. The Browns aren't making the playoffs, man. They're not like this. They're not making them. I got the Texans winning this game at home, upsetting the Browns. Book it. Upset. Honestly, upset of the season. Well, no, I had the Jets being the Bills, so I think that was more of an upset. Browns are winning. I don't care. That's my third underdog. Let me keep track of my underdogs. Broncos at Ravens. Ravens are wiping the floor with the Broncos. I don't care. There's nothing to say. I have been doing so well fading the Broncos. It's been so nice. Give me the Ravens to beat the Broncos here. Packers at Bears. Honestly, it's Thursday. It's the Wednesday night right now, and I don't know who's playing quarterback for the Packers. But regardless if it's Love or Rodgers, I think they're going to win. Fields is still questionable, which blows my mind. If you're the Bears, why aren't you just shutting him down? Like, shutting everything. You already know what he's capable of. Like, you've seen that already. You got injuries on both sides of the ball. Just shut down the season. Get a good draft pick and game plan for next year. There's no point of starting Fields if there's a small chance he can get injured again. Just shut it down. Give me the Packers. Steelers at Falcons. Ooh, I know a lot of people are smoking that Steelers pack after that Colts win. Keep in mind, that was the Colts. The Matt Ryan, and listen, I love Jeff Saturday, but he's not an NFL coach. Yeah, he won his first game, but ever since then, it's pretty obvious he doesn't know how to he's not good with managing the clock. The Falcons, they almost won that game last week against Washington. They were this close to winning. They're not a terrible team. And against the Steelers, I just think the Falcons have a lot more offensive power. I think home field advantage is going to be a problem as well. Kenny Pickett, still young. I think that if Atlanta, which has no pass rush, but if they can get to Kenny Pickett and rattle him up, they have a pretty good chance of winning this game. Give me the Falcons. Dolphins at Niners. This is another phenomenal game. You have Mike McDaniel going back to San Francisco to play his mentor, Kyle Shanahan. This old team, the 49ers. 49ers are on a roll. Defense, we're talking about Steel Curran, 85 Bears type defense, playing great football. Niners on the up and up. The Dolphins, though, Tua, Hill, Waddle, they got Tua slinging that ball left and right. He can throw a good deep ball. So what happens when when unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Great offense, great defense. You got to go with great defense. Give me the Niners here to win this game. However, if it does get into a shootout, and if the Niners defense doesn't play to their best ability, they're going to lose this game. The Niners defense has to play great football like they've been doing the past few weeks to win this game. If they even a shy of that great football, and they're going to lose. Give me the Niners though. Seahawks at Rams. My fourth upset. Seahawks are sliding. I don't care if Stafford isn't playing, if Donald's out, if Ramsey. I don't care. Again, the way the Rams played the Chiefs last week and Arrowhead was impressive. It was, and number 16, I forgot the quarterback. He's pretty good. He's mobile. He can throw accurate passes. Now, he's not a starter in the NFL, but I think that was his first start as a rookie. He's good. He's gonna have a great year. Kind of like a Teddy Bridgewater, but a lot more mobile. Yeah, give me the Rams to win this game in an upset. Listen, the Seahawks had a good run. It's all right. They played their heart out, but we know what they are now. They're on like a 2 or 3 game winning streak. They're done. Rams are winning this game. Upset. Chiefs at Bengals. My 5th upset. Yikes, 5th. And I had 6 last week. I have the Bengals winning this game at home. The Chiefs are going to keep this interesting, and I do see them having the lead for most of the game. But the Bengals, man, Joe Burrow, ever since I think week 4 or 5, after Burrow was, had to get into the groove of things, they've just been on fire, beating everybody left and right, blowing out teams. Like, we don't see lots of blowouts this year. Like, this year there haven't been any blowouts. The Bengals, though, have been blowing people out. Give me the Bengals to win this game. In a close game, but give me them to win. Chargers at Raiders. Golly. My heart wants to pick the Raiders so bad. My heart is just urging me to pick the Raiders. They're on a 2-game winning streak. We kind of saw this last week at the end of the year where the Raiders got hot all of a sudden and they started winning a lot of games. Chargers just had an emotional game against the Cardinals. The Chargers, to me, aren't a team that's very consistent, so I don't think they can carry that momentum over into this week. Whereas the Raiders, I think they have all heart. I just really like them. Derek Carr, he has his ups and downs, but when he's good, he's really good. And Devontae Adams, do not forget about Devontae Adams. He can do a lot of damage against this Chargers secondary. This Chargers defense was just riddled with injuries. But at the end of the day, I have to pick the Chargers. First of all, if I pick the Raiders, that'll be my 6th underdog, and I'm not doing that. So give me the Chargers. Even though I kind of want the Raiders to win, give me the Chargers. Colts at Cowboys. Not much to say about this. Just like the Broncos, the Colts are trash, absolute garbage American football team. I've been so happy fading the Colts just like the Broncos, and let's just say it's made me a very happy person not going with the Colts. I faded them last week. I picked the Steelers to beat them, and look, it was easy. The Colts never had the lead. Give me the Cowboys to win this game. I hope the Cowboys destroy this team 69-0. I would probably have to quit everything. I would just be in shock and probably have to go to the hospital for that. But Cowboys are winning this game. Saints at Bucs. Bucs are favored by 3 points, and they need to win this game. The Bucs they've had such a terrible season so far. You're losing against the Browns, the Panthers. You got Tom Brady and Mike Evans on your team, and you just can't score. Like, you're blowing fourth quarter leads. They are so lucky to still be at the top of their division. So lucky, but this is a game that they need to win at all cost. Like, this is probably their third season is on the line type of game, but it really is, because if you lose this game, I believe you'd fall to 5-7, and then you have the Saints who are creeping up. Panthers are creeping up. Can't count out the Falcons as well. The Buccaneers are going to find a way to win this game, I trust. So those are my picks for Week 13. Very excited. I actually feel really, really good about these picks. And I think this is our week to turn it around and get back on that hot streak. And hey, let's finish out the season strong. Listen, like I said, we're 109-71. If we can finish with at least 160 wins, that'll make me a very happy person. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.